Now keep in mind, y'all, keep in mind, yesterday when the story dropped, Peter Hegseth, the Fox News guy who was, the grossly unqualified named Secretary of Defense. Well, he gets off a plane, he's being asked about it. Now, mind you, while he is talking, the story had already been confirmed by the White House. It had already been confirmed by the National Security Agency. But what the hell, you know what? Let's just go ahead and blame the media. Let's blame the media. Let's hear from Pete.
Can you share how your information about war plans against the Houthis in Yemen was shared with a journalist in The Atlantic? And were those details classified?
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's
I'm sorry, freeze right there. Okay, so here's the problem here. It's not like Goldberg just broke into the chat. He was actually invited into the chat by Mike Waltz, who is the National Security Advisor. Yo, that's how Signal works. Signal is an encrypted app that what it does, it actually establishes a signal from phone to phone so it can't be hacked, okay? So that means that if I want to send someone a message on Signal, I have to literally send them an invite from this phone, and they have to accept, if they have the app on their phone, they have to actually accept my invite. That's what they did for Goldberg. So it ain't like he broke into it. So, he discredited. No, dude, y'all invited him to the party. Press play.
Full and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again, to include the hoaxes of Russia, or the fine people on both sides hoax, or suckers and losers hoax. So this is the guy that peddles in garbage. This is what he does. I would love to comment on the Houthi campaign because of the skill and courage of our troops. I've monitored it very closely from the beginning. And you see, we've been managing 4 years of deferred maintenance under the Trump administration. Our troops, our sailors were getting shot at as targets. Our ships couldn't sail through. And when they did shoot back, it was purely offensively or at shacks in Yemen. President Trump said, no more. We will reestablish deterrence. We will open freedom of navigation, and we will ultimately decimate the Houthis, which is exactly what we're doing as we speak from the beginning, overwhelmingly.
Why were those details shared on Signal, and how did you learn that a journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used?
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
The NSC said it was authentic.
Spin, 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 lying, FAFO. Here's Senator Angus King. Listen to this.
Secretary Hegseth put into this group text a detailed operation plan, including targets, the weapons we were going to be using, attack sequences, and timing. And yet you've testified that nothing in that chain was classified. Wouldn't that be classified? What if that had been made public that morning before the attack took place?
Senator, I can attest to the fact that there were no classified or intelligence equities that were included in that chat group at any time.
So,
and I
so the
defer,
attack sequencing and timing and weapons and targets you don't consider should have been classified?
I defer to the
classified?
Secretary of Defense, the National Security Council on that question.
Well, you're the head of you're the head of the intelligence community, and you're supposed to know about classifications. So your testimony very clearly today is that nothing was in that set of texts that were classified. I'll follow up on Senator Wyden's question. If that's the case, please release that whole text stream so that the public can have a view of what actually transpired on this discussion. It's hard for me to believe that targets and timing and weapons would not have been classified. Well, let me let me move on.
Oh, y'all, they think everybody else stupid. They think everybody else is just dumb. We don't realize even what's going on here. They just everybody's silly. So yesterday when Trump was asked about this, I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know what you're talking about. This is this idiot right here.
To the story in The Atlantic that said that some of your top cabinet officials and aides had been discussing very sensitive material through Signal and included an Atlantic reporter for that. What is your response to that?
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of The Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business. I think it's not much of a magazine, but I know nothing about it. You're saying that they had what?
They were using Signal to coordinate on sensitive materials and
having to do with what? Having to do with what? What were they talking about?
With the Houthis.
The Houthis? You mean the attack on the Houthis?
Right.
Well, it couldn't have been very effective because the attack was very effective. I can tell you that. I don't know anything about it. You're telling me about it for the first time. Anybody else?
Spin. I don't know anything about it. You're just sitting here bullshitting us, lying. Well, guess what? Had a cabinet meeting today and Trump spoke on it, but so did his national security advisor, Mike Waltz. And what did he do? Oh, it's the media. It's the media. It's the media.
And I think I'll ask Mike. Mike is here. Do you want to respond to that, please?
Yes, Mr. President. You asked about lessons. I think there's a lot of journalists in this city who have made big names for themselves, making up lies about this president, whether it's the Russia hoax or making up lies about Gold Star families. And this one in particular, I've never met, don't know, never communicated with, and we are looking into and reviewing how the heck he got into this room. But I'll tell you what, the world owes President Trump a favor. Under Biden, global shipping was...
Lord, all this bullshit. I done told y'all, we don't know how he got in. Y'all, this is real simple, okay? You have to invite from a phone. So either Mike Waltz invited Goldberg into the chat or somebody had Waltz's phone and invited into the chat. So now you got to ask Mike Waltz, who did you hand, if it wasn't you, who did you hand your phone to invite Goldberg? And why would they invite? This ain't that hard. But again, the ass kissing was plentiful as Waltz continued.
The world owes President Trump a favor. Under Biden, global shipping was shut down. Pinprick attacks, months between them, our destroyers being fired upon dozens of times.
That's Trump, enough. Sorry, I can't listen to that bullshit anymore. Because see, that's just ass kissing. Oh my God, since Donald came, and things just wonderful. Donald just, oh my God, it's nice and fluffy and things are just great. Because things were just horrible when Biden was here. No, punk ass, you ain't shifting the story. You messed up. You messed up. And y'all should stop trying to run from this. This on you, player. And see, here's y'all, they always say, at the cover-up, the cover-up is always bigger than the actual event. That's actually the case. And that's what they're doing. And all you see them doing is just making up stuff and making it worse because they look like the Keystone cops that they are. They are pathetic. And they're trying to gaslight us. Oh my God, this journalist, this Russian hoax. Yeah, y'all can come up with everything y'all want to. Nah, y'all messed up. Y'all effed up and found out.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.